All right, we're back for week two. This week, we're going to be taking a look at Tico, Shawnee, and Bankhead's team. I'm joined again by Egask,
Hey, what's up, guys?
and I'm joined also by Shawnee.
Back again.
And this time I made sure I said his name right. So let's jump right into it. We got Tico's team. Shawnee, I think you're going to take the lead here and give us your input.
All right. So, see, Tico, he walks a fine line. His team is real top heavy. But looking at it, I think Kareem Hunt is going back to Cleveland. So, that production, he thinking top five. I think, I don't know, he might be top 18. And then Melvin Gordon, that situation, I don't even know where he's going to end up. Dalvin Cook,
Miami.
Dalvin Cook, he never could make a full season.
You
Yeah, I mean,
surgery.
go ahead. Go ahead,
The best.
Evander. You're starting to break up a little, Evander.
Yeah, my whole connection's all fucked up. But year two after ACL surgery, when it's for any athlete coming back off of an
Egas,
ACL injury.
Egas, go ahead and try and rejoin. Oh, me and Shani will keep going, but go ahead and exit Discord, like close it out and rejoin.
All right.
All right. So build on what you said, Shani. He's super top heavy, and the fact that you're top heavy and you have question marks about two of your supposed studs with Melvin Gordon, Kareem Hunt. Kareem, you don't know his carry situation. Melvin Gordon, you don't know like where he's gonna end up. He can end up in a great spot. He could end up in a timeshare. You know, he might have a really good NFL season. I don't know about him having a great fantasy season. And then for his defense, he picked up Keanu Neal. He's been injured. Like I think he got hurt in the preseason last season. Um, pretty early on. Uh, Buda Baker, yes, he's good, but can he keep it going? Uh, and he does have the one thing I will say. You brought up Dalvin Cook. He does have Madison. So if Cook goes down,
Yeah,
he's covered. But outside of tight end, which I do like his young players he has at tight end, he's got nothing. Maybe Darius Geis. He even puts it in the thing. If I can just stay healthy, um, because of those reasons, I don't even see Tico making playoffs. I think he is one or two injuries away from basically being that mid-tier team and just being stuck in like uh what's the word where you're not in heaven or hell? Shoot,
Territory.
purgatory.
purgatory, yeah, just being in mid-tier purgatory forever. Because he's got good receivers, he's got, hopefully DJ Shark keeps it up. Waller showed it 1 year. Does he do it again? Uh, he's just an injury away, I think, from not having the juice to get it done. If everybody stays perfectly healthy, it's still a question mark because of the two players you brought up, Shawnee, for me. Are you back,
Got you.
Evander?
Yeah, I'm back.
All right, so
I'm
what do
back.
you think?
I think that Melvin Gordon situation is going to determine a lot. Kareem Hunt, I think he ends up on a new team, but if he doesn't, that's a wash of a player. That and then he has no backups. There's no depth. His IDP is crazy though.
Oh yeah, he's got some of the best IDP outside. I still say Keanu Neal, if he's healthy, sure, but he hasn't stayed healthy.
Yeah, I don't even think if Keanu Neal is healthy, he's gonna do a crazy amount, but he's gonna do enough if he's healthy.
I believe he needs to make sure he gets Bryce Love, but knowing the person who has him, he will
Yeah,
never get him.
Bryce Love. That's not happening.
Yeah, we haven't gotten to that player yet.
Geese
uh,
is I don't trust Geese at all. I think he's the next.
you cut out again, buddy.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna move on to our next player here. Um, and the other problem is we see down here with Tico's strategy, he's gonna be fishing. I think another thing with Tico, I guess one more thing before we move on. I think in his mind, he is the ultimate trash find, treasure finder in the trash. Like he is going to be picking up a bunch of players, um, once this draft ends. Like he's going to be hopefully taking a lot of long shots.
I got it, but I don't think it's gonna work.
Ah, I mean, he could find gold, randomly, but who knows? All right. On to Shawnee. So, since Evander's having some connection problems, I'm gonna start it off here. Uh, so Aaron Rodgers, you already said Solo has bitter. He's solid, but he even as a Packers fan, it hurts me to say he's declining. He's a great NFL quarterback still, but he's not putting up the fantasy numbers like he used to. And with the emergence of uh, gosh, their running back, I can't even remember. He had a great
Aaron
season.
Jones.
Aaron Jones, yeah. With the emergence of Aaron Jones, he's not having to do as much. Um, but he's still good for a solid season. He'll be a QB1. I don't think he'll be in the top five. I don't know, fantasy
Right.
wise. Uh, Wide receivers, you're pretty well set. I think Calvin Ridley is actually going to have a big season. I think this is the year where he is gonna become that one, and Jones becomes the two. They'll both be super, still good, but I think Calvin Ridley's gonna be up there. DJ Moore is a great young player. He did it for one season. Hopefully, he does it again. I'm confident he will. Uh, Tyler Boyd, I'm not a believer. I think he should have done more this past season than he did, but he's okay for a flex. So here's my problems. I'm not a believer in your running back situation at all. Gurley's on one leg. He's out the door almost. If he didn't have the contract that he had, he wouldn't be there, in my opinion. Le'Veon Bell, I mean, last season he did okay, but the only thing that saved him was catches. Because Sam Darnold had to keep, checking it down. There was a couple games, there was multiple games he didn't come close to 100 yards, but he just was able to save it by getting catches. David Johnson, you said it yourself, he sucks. Um, he's out the door. Your defense, I like. Yeah, he's gonna come back. Like people forgot about C.J. Mosley because he got hurt, and your DBs are fine. They are what they are. If we're going down your bench, Andy Dalton will be somewhere, but he might be a backup. You don't. I don't think you have another starting quarterback as a backup here. So I would maybe address something here because Foles ain't gonna start. Mariota ain't starting. So you might want to in the draft or something like that. That might be an area you want to look. Running back, he had his chance. Kenyon Drake showed him up. Jordan Howard's already on the way out with Sanders. I mean, Boston Scott showed some stuff. It's just a lot of maybes with the running backs and their long shots. Your wide receivers, I still can't believe you picked up Doxson, man. I live in Washington. He's never gonna do anything. Uh, Cooks is great. He's your best. Yeah, he's your best receiver, but he's always injured. Um, he could replace Ty. No, you don't. Oh, you don't have Ty as next. That's Bankhead. Sorry, but he's iffy. And there's three mouths to feed in LA, so that's another reason I'm not a big buyer of Brandon Cooks. Tight ends I like. You've got some solid late tight end ones, early tight end twos. You could try to. I know you want to. It's not like you're saying like let me just get a low end tight end one, but
Right.
I would try to maybe get a higher tight end if possible. You have some great defensive on the bench. Like I love Frank Clark, Montez Sweat. He has double two positions there. I think he's gonna break out. Danny Trevathan had a bad season. Bostic was consistent with tackles. Maybe you want to get one extra DB. That would be one thing. But
What
you
about
have no
Jesse
picks,
Bates?
and you have Jesse Bates, but I'm saying you want to get an extra DB just for your backup, like just have more than one. And you have no real picks. I guess you could address those defensive needs with those fifth rounders, or maybe take a long shot on offensive player. But oh, and we'll have to go back to Tico because I didn't get your guys' prediction on him. But anyways, for Shawnee, the running back and the tight end and the flex is just okay, and this flex is just horrible. I mean, you need to replace David Johnson. I see you being in that 7 to 8 tier. That's my honest opinion of where you're at. Now you can, Egask, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. What do you think of Shani before we let him respond?
It's a situation. Don't like it at all. Your three running backs, I hate every single one of them. Todd Gurley has no knees. I see him having another regression season. David Johnson, he's not getting out of Arizona contract. Not gonna cut him. And Le'Veon Bell gets out of New York. He's on a team with no offensive line. It's gonna suck again.
Okay. Yeah, you're still having some robotic stuff, man. Yeah. Maybe you could
Oh,
download it on your phone too, and just come in on your phone. Yeah, I would try that. All right. So
Yeah.
Shani, why don't you go ahead and respond? What do you think?
All right, starting at the top, Aaron Rodgers. So, of course, because I'm still rebuilding, so I say sold to the highest bidder. But I see him, Devontae Adams, a whole season healthy. Aaron Jones was used like Alvin Kamara in a passing game, so that's a boost for Rodgers. They will draft a wide receiver, I believe, in the first round. And they also might go for someone in free agency like Robbie Anderson or somebody to stretch the field. So now he has tons of weapons. And we all know that they're not going to run the ball like a Baltimore or Niners or something. Rodgers got a chip on his shoulder, so I think he's going to bounce back. And he's going to be top 10.
Okay.
Todd Gurley, he I think he's still going to be top 12 running back, regardless of what people
Oh,
say.
you're delusional, man. You're so
No,
delusional.
seriously, like I don't see how he's not if he's playing. Until he's not playing, it's nothing to talk about. Le'Veon Bell, he just points like it's nothing. There's no way around it. I don't need him to be top 10. I need him to be top 15 ish,
He
close
won't
to
be.
it.
He will not be.
Like I
I'll
said,
make a
they're gonna
side
fix
bet
them.
now.
When we okay, just remember what I said about all these players. DJ Moore, no worries. I can care less what he does. There's no worries for me. Calvin Ridley, like you said, you hit it right on the head. I believe in him.
wait, did I
David
hear
and
side
Joe,
bet?
There you go.
yeah, we're
Much
gonna get to
better.
it.
Much better, Evander.
David and Joku, I actually like because Jarvis Landry is dealing with a hip injury, and they have no other pass catcher outside of Odell and Kareem Hunt, pretty much. Tyler Boyd, yeah, I think he's gonna. I think he's gonna take a step forward with Joe Burrow. Like, I don't think people realize he was playing with Ryan Finley. Like, he sucks.
AJ Green did
Best
work
running
with.
back is Chase Edmonds.
Okay, David Johnson. So let's look at the situation. David Johnson.
Yes, let's hear this. How you're gonna sell David Johnson?
I don't really have to sell him. So say for instance, Kenyon Drake, he's technically a free agent. Maybe he don't even go back to the Cardinals because of the money situation.
Right?
So that means David Johnson becomes a starter again, or I have Chase
Nope.
Edmonds.
Chase
Or
Edmonds
I have
starts.
Chase Edmonds. So there right there, I got a top bet.
Or
Okay.
or they replace him with somebody in the draft.
I doubt it. They're not gonna do it. But
They're talking about drafting
Yeah,
another
that
receiver.
wouldn't be bad either.
I
That
just
would
I
not
just
be a
don't
bad
see it.
move.
I just don't see it. But okay, so my IDP, I really well, I think they all pretty much top five, top 10 players. Like John Abram, we didn't get to see him last year,
Yeah, they're
but
not.
he's a
You ain't gotta
tackling
defend your
machine.
IDP. Your IDP's solid. I think we can all agree
Yeah,
on
yeah,
that.
yeah. Like yeah,
Yeah.
that yeah. I'm gonna just leave it at that. So basically, my starting lineup, I think all healthy. Like I don't have room for injury.
I think even without injury, I'm still keeping in mind saying you're gonna finish outside the playoffs, like 7 and 8,
Yeah.
7 or 8th, right there. Just
In my opinion, I think I will be seventh
yeah.
if they all healthy. But I just have so much like confidence in myself that I'm gonna find somebody.
I mean, next year and in 2022, your team will definitely come online. You already have three first.
Exactly.
Oh man. Um, what about you, Evander? Now that we can actually hear you.
For Shawnee, playoffs, I don't see it happening. Not with the running back situation. That's the biggest issue with this team, though. Depth and the running backs. I like DJ Moore, I like Calvin Ridley. Um, shit, you don't have any other receivers.
Tyler Boyd.
Oh yeah, I missed them. Yep.
This might be one of those situations where you want to sell high on like a DJ Moore. And I know he's great, and I'm not saying, like get chump change, but maybe try to get some of these higher draft picks. Try to jump up at least even in, get multiple picks for him, but get another running back, another reliable running back, even if it's you can get a late in RB1 for DJ Moore at this point.
Nah, I think you take your L this season on missing playoffs, and you go with your picks next year. Oh
No
shit,
way. I was planning on taking my L.
your picks are 2022, 21. That's
Oh man, your connection does not like you, Evander. When you said the picks, it messed up.
oh,
Yeah, you sounded
sitting
fine
right next to
otherwise.
Brad
You
on now.
sounded fine up until that point.
Jesus Christ.
All right, so hold on. We're gonna go back to Tico. So I told you my opinion. I don't see Tico making playoffs. What do you guys think?
I got Tico in the playoffs, but like you said, I have him in the playoffs in the top four, like top 1 through 4 seed until something happens. But I can't discount his team as of today.
Yeah, not predicting injuries. That's a top four team,
I
but he
agree
has
with
no
you
room for
guys.
injuries, and that's a big problem.
Yeah, he has nothing, and his backup, his best backup running back, besides Madison, who's a handcuff, is Geis, who cannot stay healthy. So, uh, okay, so we're on to Bankhead. Um, this was my original team. I'll go first on, and my bold prediction is Bankhead makes it back to the finals. Um, Patrick Mahomes is the best fantasy quarterback there is. Derrick Henry has one or two more good years in him. Aaron Jones, we just got done talking about if Aaron Rodgers is checking it down to Aaron Jones, that means more PPR points for him. I don't love Kenny Galladay, but he did put up points, and there's not much else receiving wise in Detroit right now. Uh, maybe Hawkinson gets it going. AJ Green is going to stay in Cincinnati. He'll be the man for Burrow. He'll. I mean, I just see Burrow. If I was a rookie quarterback and I had AJ Green, he'd be my security blanket. I'd be forcing the ball to him. I'm a big believer in Darius Slayton. He did great last year. I think he keeps it up and is going to be maybe at worst a low end RWR wide receiver 3, maybe even a wide receiver 2. T.Y.
Yeah,
Hilton,
I
that
like that.
I don't like T.Y. Hilton. I would be selling any shares I could get for T.Y. Hilton. I'd be just selling whatever I could get.
Pretty sure
Um,
you just got him for peanuts, so
he traded
No,
him.
to me,
To you?
with the
Okay.
whole DJ Moore and Calvin Ridley
Yeah.
trade.
So at that part, I just I don't love T.Y.
maybe not
Hilton.
peanuts then.
Um, do we go down to the defense? I am actually not in love with this defense. Like Josh Allen is great. Levante David, I don't know. He's getting old, slowing down a little. Um, Jabril Peppers, uh, he did solid. See if he can do it again. Jerome Baker's also another young. He's got a lot of youth. Eric Reed's also getting older, but he was a stud last year.
Eric
Like,
is nasty.
yeah, he was. Oh, he was amazing. But the other reason I chose Bankhead is if I go down to his picks, he's got 3 first rounders. So even if I
Yep.
and I can keep going, he's got a total of 1, 2, 3, 7 picks this draft. Now there's a big gap, but those lower draft picks he can use to shore up his defense or take a flyer on some guys. But he's getting 3 potential starters with that first round. Worst case,
He got the 101.
they're the bye week fillers. Yes, he did get the 101. And right now his bench is nothing to love, but I mean he's gonna take probably Swift. Right here. There's his running back flex. Maybe that replaces T.Y. Hilton. He takes a receiver at 1-4. There's gonna be your bye week fill in, or if one of these guys gets hurt, and then
I
he
mean,
can
it's
do whatever he
CeeDee Lamb
wants.
at 1-4. That's a starter.
as if CD Lamb makes it that far. But anyways, so anyways, I see him in the finals again. I don't see much stopping him. I think he's put together a quality team, and even in doing so, next year he has two firsts. Now he's made his window, so he's sold out 2022. So basically, he's got to hit these next couple first round picks just right. Like so, if he has a bust, it'll set him back. And he could probably be good for another year, two, maybe even three, but it'll close after that because he's gonna have to start rebuilding. But for this year, I see him in the finals. What about you, Evander?
This team's stacked. Depth, you high-end caliber plays, receiving running back. Well, not Derrick Henry. He can't catch for shit. But
Led the
this is
league in
just a
rushing.
nasty team. This is just a nasty team. It's, in my opinion, the best team in the league.
What
And
about
he
you?
still has 3 picks. Like, get the fuck out of here.
What about you, Shawnee?
I'm gonna just personally tell him he should thank me because I gave him the first overall pick in the seventh.
Yeah, I tried to trade you for it. You weren't biting.
Yeah, but my thing was I needed to build around something, and the receivers that I got, I couldn't beat it. But yeah, like you said, I see him right back in the championship because Derrick Henry, he has. I'm not a Derrick Henry fan. I'm gonna just say that, but I believe he has another good year in him. Aaron Jones is gonna regress a little, but that's still top 10. Not he's not gonna be top 3 or nothing like that. That's my belief. Kenny Galladay, I see him as top 12. AJ Green is just there. You know what I'm saying? Like he's gonna give you top 24 weeks. That's all you need. And we all struggle at tight end. Like tight end, you just shoot your shot. But he has a good one to shoot with. That's the
Yeah,
thing about it.
Dickinson's gonna have a good.
He's
Never
got,
rookie never produced, almost never produced in their first year. Year two
Exactly.
should be the year he does.
well, he's also got Higby behind
Yeah,
him.
exactly. Got
Yeah,
Higby.
And
And
Hunter
then,
Hurst. That's
I'm a Darius
outlier.
Slayton fan. So
I think
yeah, I can't say anything.
if I had to go with a weakness, it is his receiving. So like Galladay, I'm not taking away, but if we're looking at where is it the career. Well, it's not gonna let me do it unless I zoom out. But it doesn't let me do that. Oh, that's annoying. He had a really great year last year. There's no arguing that. Um, but the year before, okay,
Year before was solid, 70
was
receptions, 1,000 yards, 5 touchdowns.
I don't know. I'm just not a Galladay fan, I guess for me. AJ Green, is he still the AJ Green we knew before the injury? And
Yeah,
I
that's
already
a
said I'm not a Hilton fan. If I had to pick a
yeah.
weakness.
Yeah, I
And
don't necessarily
that's
like
where I
his
made my joke.
receivers. No huge big name receivers. They're all solid, all working together. That's
See,
that's
we
a
made
good
like the
unit.
perfect trade. It's like he gave me the young, like up and coming receiver, and I gave him something that's gonna still start on his team. So it was like a win-win. Like I made a joke like about getting over. Yeah, I might have won the receiving part of it, but it all works for him. I can't really say anything bad.
Okay, so we all agree he's pretty much in the finals. We're all putting him there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, then the only thing left is to discuss this trade that Shawnee, so with his receipts, we're going to title the sub segment Shawnee Receipts, saved of the most recent trade to go down. Rhodes received Danny Amendola, Sammy Watkins, while Osmos took in Tariq Cohen and a fifth rounder this year. So, Shawnee, what do you think of this since this is your segment?
to me, Rhodes lost because first of all, they listened to us and attacked each other right away. So that means he gave up. First of all, he gave up Tariq Cohen in a fifth to get Amendola, which he was gonna drop. He was taking any pick for him. Sammy Watkins, like I just don't see it. Like I don't. What are you gonna get? And when are you gonna start him? So He lost on a base of value. Like if you know you have all the value in the trade, you lost if you just sold low and you gave up a pick. So then that in my eyes you lose regardless of the outcome.
What about you, you guys?
It was a fair trade. Of them traded players that do anything on their team, positions of strength, they got positions of need. Even if they're not big name players, even if they're not going to do much, you had to, for both of them, you had to go out and get some pieces to shore up those positions. I don't think either of them lost.
So I voiced my opinion in the chat the other night. I think Osmo won just because his need was greater than Rhodes' need. Um, like he had nothing at running back at all. Um, and now
He still has nothing at running back.
he's
Tariq
got a
Cohen
pl-
ain't doing shit.
Tariq Cohen's not a superstar. He's not amazing, but he is going to catch some passes. He can be a bye week fill-in for if somebody gets hurt on his team. He can just fill in for a moment. He still needs to go out and get more running backs. But I'm just saying, like, if you're planning for an injury, Tariq Cohen, you could do worse.
Yeah, that's true. You could do worse.
Uh,
Justice though.
um, which is who his current starter is. Rhodes is a big believer in Watkins, so I'm sure in his eyes he won the trade.
Wide
Um,
receiver.
yeah, according to him, he's going to be a wide receiver one. If he, I'd just be amazed he gets another full healthy season after all those seasons he kept getting hurt. I think there's a reason he's been from team to team to team. I don't see it with Watkins. I think he benefited from Tyreek Hill drawing so much pressure and Travis Kelsey.
And
So
he still wasn't good.
yeah, that
Yeah, he had one good game.
there's a reason he's willing to take a pay cut to stay in KC. That's just how I see it.
Yeah,
Um,
and we can agree Danny Amendola was getting dropped. So
Damn it, Danny Amendola is a waste of space in this trade. Like it's just he means nothing.
exactly.
I'm trying to best trade.
Oh, Vander, your mic.
Why?
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun
Not
episode.
take me.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we gotta get you a new one before the next time we do a show with you. God. Uh, all right. Well, anyways, that pretty much wraps up this episode. Next week is who are we looking at next week? Let's take a look. Preview. We've got the Beers, Walters, and Marin. Some interesting teams.
That's
Not
interesting. Yes, definitely.
interesting is a good word for it. So maybe I'll try and tackle them this Saturday or Sunday. So that way, I really kind of want to start getting to the funner things like predicting where players are going to go and stuff like that.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for everything, and catch you guys next time.